one, we're going to round the number 582, first to the nearest 10 and then to the nearest 100. Now before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and set up my numbers up here as a reminder that if the number near the roundings number, next to the roundings number is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we're going to ignore that number. But if the number next to the rounding number is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we're going to add 1. So the first thing we're going to do is round 582 to the nearest 10. So I know this 2 is in the ones place, this 8 is in the tens place, and this 5 is in the hundreds place. So we're rounding to the nearest 10. So this is the number that we're rounding to. And so I'm going to look right next door. The number right next door is a 2. So that tells me to ignore the number in the roundings place. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop it right on down. Everything to the right becomes a 0, and everything to the left gets dropped down. Now I want to pull out this number 82 off to the side for a second. So if we think about the number 82 and rounding that, what is 82 closer to? Is it closer to 80 or is it closer to 90? Yeah, it's closer to 80, which is why it rounds to 80 for 580. So now let's take this same number, and this time we're going to round it to the nearest 100. So we already said this 2 is in the ones, this 8's in the tens, and this 5 is in the hundreds place. So we're going to put a box around that, and we're going to look right next door. The number right next door this time is an 8. And this 8 tells us to add 1 to the number in the roundings place. So I'm going to add 1 to the number in the hundreds place. So that 5 becomes a 6, and everything to the right has to become a 0. So when you round 582 to the nearest 100, it becomes 600.